they're probably the most comfortable.
We're here to raise money and awareness for domestic violence victims.
Rivers of Hope, located in Monticello, has been around for 30 years.
So the event, Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, is basically to put us in the victim's shoes, as we don't understand what victims of domestic violence have to go through on a day-to-day basis.
Chris Pomeranke, the executive director, says that in 2018, 1,600 individuals in our community received services.
It actually started at Elk River High School. Our founding member, Dawn Moyer, was a teacher at the time. Eventually she became a principal at the high school, and she saw students in her classroom who she knew were having tough times at home. And so she started Rivers of Hope with a group of teachers in the school. And 30 years later, we are still here carrying out her mission and her idea to ensure the safety of people in their own homes.
It's their mission to continue bringing education to kids in our schools.
We do classroom presentations as well as letting them know what isn't respectful behavior. Not all families have those conversations at home with their kids. While there are different kinds of abuse, they're all about somebody not having control over their own decision making and their own lives.
The first step is beginning the conversation about reaching out for help.
I think something that's really important for the individuals that we work with, victim survivors of domestic abuse, male or female, is letting them know that no situation or no form of abuse is worse than the other.
There is help 24/7.
We have a 24/7 crisis line that is operated thanks to our volunteers as well as to all of our employees.
It's the advocate's job to sit side by side with an abuse victim.
We work very closely with the court system just in making sure that these victims are not lost in transition. They're not lost in the system, and making sure that someone is reaching out to this person.
Additionally, Hollyann also hosts a weekly support group.
In our support group, I think the biggest takeaway from it is that people feel just that. They feel that support. They're able to identify with other survivors of domestic abuse, whether they are early on in their journey or whether they're a couple years into their journey. But validating for individuals that what they are enduring is in fact abuse, something that so many individuals just need to hear and know that, okay, maybe I am a survivor or a victim of this abuse, and hopefully I can get some help with it.
In order to help others, they rely on the public's help.
Specifically for support group, they're huge. Without our volunteers, we wouldn't be able to offer child care. Well over 50% of the support group attendees bring their children. We are able to provide a lot more services and reach a lot more people because volunteers are willing to kind of take some of the load off of the advocate's shoulders.
Once again, they thank the community for being so involved. The annual gala in the fall brought in over $50,000.
Individual donors and people who come to our fundraisers, people who raise money on our behalf, businesses, all of those local people help keep our doors open.